Design of the pulse gun would remind you somewhat of the Halo carbine, the Covenant carbine in Halo 2. It would be some sort of a semi-automatic rifle, with some sort of visor scope, yeah, and would shoot electric shot. We can even make a full auto if we work hard enough, full auto pulse gun, but that would require a lot of power, a lot of tinkering with the percolator, make it go constantly fast. Uh, but in theory, it's doable. If we tinker a little. Yeah, it would remind you of the Covenant carbine from Halo 2. Maybe not the same color. Maybe not purple. I would still, make it more human-like, but it would remind you of that design. It would not look 100%, but it would remind you of that. There would be a percolator chamber within the chamber, and would have similar firing speeds. Maybe the burst coming out of the gun would not be green, for one. But it would use a uranium ion cell. Yeah, would use uranium charge. And would be very powerful and deadly if done right. And could help us fight a possible alien threat in the future. We never know. Fight terrorists and stuff. I hope they are gonna keep working on it, because fair warning, there's an alien species that would remind you of the flood in Halo. They are. I had dreams of them as a kid. I had warnings from heaven of this alien species. They're coming from the Orion region, from a very dark, moody planet, and they have eyes that are, out of the socket. It's thermal receptors. They're very ugly. They would remind you of the flood. I call them the flood. Basically. Based on the dreams I was getting as a child. I was told to give a fair warning to the government as a kid of this alien species. They are apparently asexual in breeding, and eat pretty much anything that gives us thermal heat or radiation. I don't know how intelligent they are or how they would travel to this area of the universe, but 100%. But I know that there is a threat, and there are possibly other alien species as well. So we are better at getting prepared, in case of some sort of invasion. Anyways, period. We need to be better prepared, because there are life on other planets. There's life on other planets, right? We can't be the only planet with life in the universe. Amy or 16 said that there's over 12 planets in the universe with alien life. She said some are very primitive and are not to be feared. And I'm guessing most alien life would remind you of prehistoric Earth. I'm guessing, it would be very primitive and would remind you of prehistoric Earth. So again, possibly animals that look like dinosaurs, because most likely life would develop in a carbon-based environment. It's possible that life would develop in other circumstances with other elements, but in most cases would be mostly carbon-based and would follow similar evolutionary traits than our planet, but they could be very intelligent species. And I can tell you, I witnessed an alien ship zigzag across space, signaling Earth something, so is that alien a threat or not? maybe they're peaceful, maybe maybe they're not. We never know. It's best to be better prepared for the eventuality. Yeah, it's best to be prepared for any eventuality when dealing with an alien threat, like that agent said. I also had ideas for battle armor, but I don't think it would necessarily work. They said sulfur has a pull with the uranium, and I figured maybe use iridium, and sulfur, and try to make a battle armor. But I'm not sure it would work 100%. They said they are working on some sort of better battle armor, and that agent said it's made out of titanium. So there, we are working on some stuff. I'm not sure. Technically, something that would emit a major electric discharge may block certain projectiles, possibly. Would have to be heavily worked on, and how to do it proper in an armor, I'm not sure. Would have to be worked on designs. But yeah, we are working on a lot of things like battle armors and a pulse gun and stuff, better engines for vehicles, better off-road vehicle, in case we can in fact travel to an outer alien world, to be better prepared, right? Some sort of a uranium cell to power the vehicle, or use my idea of a gold fission engine, right? Something like that would work. So we are working on concepts, for off-road duty vehicle that could travel on land on an alien world or on Earth. We're working a lot of things, based on my ideas and concepts, right? And theirs, whatever they are working on. I can't be the only one to get credit, right? I might be the main inventor of my inventions, but I want the whole team to be celebrated for this work, because they are working on it on my behalf. I want the whole team to be celebrated for their hard work, as well. I might be the main inventor, but I am not the only one who has worked on it, so it would not be fair. We are working it as a team, so that's fair, If I would get the Nobel Prize, I want the whole team to be there to pick it up, and I want my wife to be there to pick it up with me, my wife and kids, I want everybody to be, included within the word, I may have made the discovery, but I want the team to get congratulated for their hard work too. I'm not the only one working on it. And like I said in my previous video, money, I'm not worried about it. I know one day, I will generate some sort of profit for my hard work. I'll get a special thank you for it. Some way, shape, or form. I'll be compensated one way or another. I'm not worried about that. My concern is my family and saving lives and saving the human race and that sort of thing. Did the impossible, yeah. What was previously thought impossible is now possible, or almost possible. Got rich, yeah, kinda. I guess my inventions are worth a lot. there are worth a lot, you know. So I keep ranking. I'm sitting on a lot of money, you know. I know. I'm not worried, you know. As far as Halo goes, we're not sure if we're gonna sell machines or just build a dedicated hospital that can be used worldwide in Canada. It was discussed last night. I think, you know, either or will work. We could just sell the surgeries, and as long as they pay for their plane ticket, the surgery, and have a passport, they should be able to get the surgeries, right? My only concern is, you know, some patients may or may not be able to travel due to their illnesses or their conditions, right? So, you know, it's to be it's a big debate, you know. You know. You know, we could save on gold for one if we would just, you know, let people use our machine. You know? Or we could sell the machine itself, or the concept, but the thing is that, you know, the machine does take a lot of power, and the person buying the machine has to understand that they would have to power it. You know, they would have to build some sort of power station or nuclear reactor, or reroute a lot of power to the machine. You know, so it would add more than double to the cost of purchasing the machine. So say we sell the machine at 15 trillion, well, they would have to build basically a nuclear power plant to power the machine itself, or reroute a lot of power to the machine, you know, from dams or windmills or solar panels or some sort. You know, they would really have to reroute power. So you can expect to add double to the cost of purchasing the machine. You know, so is it viable? Who knows? You know, depends on the country, right? You know, and their available resources, and it might be more fair to simply provide the medical services worldwide, as long as they would pay for surgeries and their plane tickets and have passports. You know, therefore, it would kind of protect us a little. We would not be providing, you know, medical surgeries to terrorists or criminals overseas. You know, it would kind of protect us a little. You know, and it's not like people will need our surgeries on a daily basis or every day or all the time. You know, it would be evaluated case by case, right? And so forth, you know, and, you know, I'm just glad that it showed promise, that it showed that it was conclusive, you know, and so forth. I'm glad my ideas and concepts work mostly, you know. I'm glad that all my hard work is paying off, you know. I didn't do this for nothing, you know. I didn't waste my time, you know. I'm glad that it's conclusive, period, you know. You know, specifically Halo, you know. Our jet is something that's very important, but to me, Halo is the invention I hold most at heart, you know. Because it's possibly the only way I'm gonna be able to hug and kiss my wife and kids, you know, in the living, you know, so. And should be able to reprint food and wood and most carbon life, yes. You know, possibly even iron, because there's iron in the blood. Possibly, it would mean that iron is similar to carbon. It may be printed. I'm not sure. You know, that's what I'm worried about. It would also mean calcium is mostly carbon based. You know, it is, and should still be printable with the same elements. It means that we should, with the same machine, print iron objects, possibly such as an iron short sword or long sword. Should be able to print wool. Yeah. A roll of toilet paper. Yeah, should be printed. could have a huge impact on saving majority of life. Yeah, you know.